We are here. Yuji is here. Alongside Red is Sus. It's your boys. Full Mid Pack episode 10. We're back after a bit of an absence. I think I was away, you were away, but we're back for a triumphant return for episode 10. How are you today, Red?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah, episode 10, bit of a
A
milestone.
milestone indeed. 10 weeks, 10 whole weeks of us doing this. So, yeah,
Yeah,
been a been an event. So yeah, apologies for not being around. Basically I was away for 1 week and then you were away. But yeah, we're back to our regularly scheduled weekly updates. So let's dive straight into it. So um, while we were away, Formula One started up again, and Hamilton won as expected. I did call the Hamilton would win, maybe not quite as dominant as I thought he'd win. Actually, might be an interesting season. But the talking point that we wanted to take away from it was the new safety car. I think since I've been watching Formula One, Mercedes have almost always been the safety car, and it used to be a C class when it started. When I first started watching, I think last year it was an AMG GTR, but for for that now this 2021 season, Mercedes are no longer the provider of the safety car, and it is Aston Martin who provide the Vantage as the safety car.
well, I think it's they're splitting the duty. So at
Oh, they're splitting
half
the
the
duty.
races, yeah, so half the races is gonna be this car on screen, the Aston V8 Vantage, I think.
Yep, yeah, it is the
And
Advantage.
then yeah, and then at the other half of the races, it's gonna be, I think it's still the AMG GT, um, possibly the R, probably the R, I guess makes sense. But I think they painted it red. So traditionally, Mercedes cars have always been silver. But I think it's red this year. The races it takes over.
Do we know which races it will take over, or is it just one of
Not
and one the other?
not off the top of my head, no.
Interesting. It's I wonder if this is Lance Stroll putting his weight into getting Aston Martin being a more recognized. Well, I don't think Aston doesn't need to be more recognized, but having more of a foothold in Formula One. I don't know if that's any Lance Stroll and not Lance Stroll. It isn't. Wait, it's Lawrence Stroll. Sorry,
Lawrence Stroll,
Lawrence
yeah,
Stroll, not his son. His
basically the same name.
no nepotism there.
No. No,
But
I'm pretty sure that he's had a bit of a say in this because I feel like, as you were mentioning before, Mercedes have had a stranglehold on this safety car for so long. I'm sure some persuasion was necessary for them to give it up. Um, Yeah, what I find a bit interesting is I think, if I'm not mistaken, this car uses the same engine as the AMG GT. So it's basically like the same car underneath, but like with a
different
different
skin.
body. Yeah, which I found quite funny.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. And yeah, it's quite funny. I'm not certain. I'm not sure how to feel about this because for me, like having Mercedes safety car in Formula One has just been a thing. So this changing is kind of, or if anything, it should have been for me. If you're gonna have anything that symbolizes Formula One, it should have been a Ferrari. But hey ho. Um,
I don't think I agree in terms of sentiment, but I don't think a Ferrari would make a very good safety car. I've never seen Ferrari as like a safe, reliable pair of hands. Um, so I just feel like if you had
neither
like a
Aston Martin
Ferrari
though.
safety car, it would just crash and or it would catch fire or something. It's just like no, it's not what we want.
Yeah,
Um, Point taken though. I wouldn't say Aston Martin have been traditionally known
they're
for
not as
their
associated with Formula One,
reliability.
and yeah, and they're not exactly. Astons are not known for their reliability.
That shot's actually really weird because the rear wing kind of blends in with the mirrors.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's
Um, which kind
yeah.
of confused me for a sec. I was like, what's going on there?
It
Yeah.
does. It feels like they're attached somehow, but it doesn't. Yeah, the front wing mirrors. Yeah. Um, there's also
What do you Sorry, what do you make of this wing, by the way? Because when I first saw this, I was a bit like, I think the car looks really good, but I'm not sure if the wing works on it.
yeah. I'm not a fan. As I was literally gonna go on to this is they've made a road going version of the safety car. Um, which I think looks really nice. Except for the wing works a little bit better on the road car, I think. Um, but I still think it doesn't, like this shot here, the wing of the side view of the side view of the car, the rear wing doesn't really fit. It kind of juts out a bit.
It's too far forward,
Yeah,
I
it's too
think.
far forward. It kind of I'm guessing this, if you can see my mouse, this is the kind of the boot structure here will flip up. The boot kind of flips up nice here, and instead of the wing being on the very end, it's kind of on the lip and doesn't fit to me.
Yeah, I always thought that the back of the wing should be the rearward most
Yeah,
part of the car. It's kind of odd that it clearly isn't. It's kind of like sitting in the middle.
yeah, but it's still a
Okay.
very good looking car, and
Take the wing
I
off
just
it and
think
you'll
if
be
they
fine.
got rid of the wing, it'd just be nicer.
Yeah,
Whether it actually needs the wing as well is another matter.
I imagine not. Doesn't look like it's got a very steep angle to it, so I'm not sure if it's going to add much.
Yeah, I think it is just a stylistic choice, but I think it's a bad stylistic choice. Um, Interior is a your generic Aston Martin interior, but with green. Well, actually, I'm not sure if this is what color would you make this the linings. I think it's a lime green color, but I've seen people say it's yellow.
It's right on the borderline between those two, I think. Yeah, it's your classic like fluorescent warning of
Mm,
yellowy green. Yeah,
yeah, fluorescent. Let's call it fluorescent yellow green.
yeah,
And so yeah, this was the safety car one with the fluorescent warnings, and then the road going one just has black. I think I kind of like the fluorescent yellow more. It just makes it stand out a bit more. The
really. That I thought this was the road going version. I thought the safety car one had like loads of extra paraphernalia because it's actually like, loads of radios and bits and
that's
pieces,
good.
like
Yeah,
roll
you'd think
cages and
so.
things like that.
Yeah, you'd think so. I think maybe this still is the road going one, but with the safety car seats or lining, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Safety car colorations. Because yeah, I know the interior of the safety car does have this coloration
Mm.
around. I think they did a shot when they did Bahrain of when they did a whole thing of like introducing it and the build up Sky Sports to the build up and event saying, "Hey, look at the new safety car," and here's a ride along with it. But yeah, that's mainly the F1 news. The cool F1 news that we think about. Obviously, there was the whole Hamilton one and good. It was actually a surprising good race. I think hopefully next time we maybe want to do a watch along when then next time we do one of these and F1 lines up on a Sunday. Um, but some other news, and moving on to some more generic card news. We have the Kia EV6, which is Kia's intention to go fully electric. They haven't announced when they plan to go fully electric, but this is they've stated that their family and slash SUV cars going forwards will now be fully electric cars. So, what do we think of this? One is as SUVs goes, this is actually quite a nice looking one. I think it's kind of reminiscent of the Tesla, um, but kind of a slightly different take. I'm not quite sure what's different about it, but this is the only picture they released, unfortunately. But I think it's quite a handsome looking SUV.
Yeah, this is literally the first time I've seen it. I missed the announcements and things like that. So yeah, just gathering my thoughts. I do agree with you. I think it looks pretty good. Um, First thing my eye is drawn to is what looks like the rear brake light, or
Yeah,
maybe some kind of weird spoiler thing. I'm not sure what's going on there. I guess it's trying to follow the line up from kind of well, I wanted to say side skirt, but it's not even at the bottom. So that weird dark coloured line kind of running through the bottom of the doors with a flick going up through the rear wheel. I guess it kind of like continues
I see. Yeah,
that
it
line.
continues. If you draw an imaginary line from where I guess side skirt is the best way to describe this black line here. it
Yeah.
kind of does match this red brake light thing, and then follows around.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, I didn't spot that on my first viewing, but yeah, that's a good spot.
I think it looks interesting. I do like it. The overall shape of it, I prefer to Tesla. I think. And the Tesla, I know they've shaped it to make it super aerodynamic. Um, I think I think it just doesn't. It just looks a little bit like it's been done for that. As in, it looks like it's been designed for performance rather than to look good. This one, I think I prefer the shape a little bit. I also think it kind of looks a bit like the Volkswagen ID4, um, which is like Volkswagen's try at an electric SUV crossover thingy. But
Is this the one you're talking about?
I imagine,
Nope.
yes, that's actually a bit taller than I remember it. But the general shape is a little bit more similar, I guess. It's just a bit taller.
Yeah, I can see
Um,
it.
yeah, I guess a lot of these things, due to constraints in terms of like what shape you can feasibly make an electric car, they probably all just kind of
Follow
start
onto each
looking
other.
similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks pretty good.
Oh, that's next. Well, seeing how we quickly showed it, we might as well go on to it. Sticking with the electric theme, we have
A more
a more
interesting
interesting
electric cars.
electric car, which is MG Cyberster. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I want to say Cyberstar, but it is STER, not STAR. Um, so MG, of course. But this is still a concept car. So not not production ready or anything, but this is MG's intent to go. What they say is that this will be electric only with a 500-mile range and they didn't specify, but a competitive 0 to 60 time and a impressive high top speed. But they were mainly focusing on their 500-mile range capability. Um, we all know concept cars are made to look outlandish or grab the imagination. But I still think this is a very interesting and cool design. The front reminds me a lot of the Mazda Fiore, um, but
Yeah,
I think honestly this is MG I have not been interested in MGs for a very long time. I think they did that supercar a while ago, like in early 2000s, like I forget, which didn't do very well, and then MG have kind of not been doing anything at all since. I don't remember the last car MG even made, and then they've come out with this, which has definitely grabbed attention and grabbed headlines.
yeah. So I think they essentially went out of business. The original MG company, and then I think the brand got bought by a Chinese company. Since then they've released a few cars. I saw some the other week on the road. Like they've got like a hatchbacky thing and like a slightly bigger hatchbacky thing, and possibly like an SUV.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks a bit 4x4. But yeah, very kind of nondescript, especially here in the UK. I think it's about time they made something a bit interesting just to get
Yeah, I
a bit of
do hope
attention.
they kind of make this into a production ready car. I the back is very wild. Well, actually, it's boxy. It's the best way to describe it. Um, I kind of do like the light structure. The lights doubling as the indicators as well. That's very cool. I really hope that if they do make this production car,
Yeah,
they keep this as like okay, yeah, the lights, and then the brake lights are the same as the indicator lights. To me that's super cool.
yeah, and it's also the Union Jack like on minis. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's the Union Jack. That's
This back reminds me of a TVR for some reason, mainly because it's kind of really quite simple. Like I don't think there's much going on, and then yeah, you've got the kind of like rollover hoops,
yeah,
rather than like a traditional like car
yeah, like a
roof.
traditional roof and roll cage. Yeah, the
Yeah,
diffuse itself for diffuse is very simple for cars of this type. It's very uncluttered.
Yeah, that's how they work. Like all the fake ones that look complicated, they don't actually work.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good.
And then yeah, we're back to the neon lighting on this one. Very cyberpunk. What's the game? Cyberpunk 2077. I think that's the game. It would fit
Yeah,
very well in that game.
yeah, indeed.
Indeed. And
Not that I played that game, but yeah, I think I know what you mean.
I haven't actually played it. I just seen people playing it, and I saw the trailers. And the trailers were very neon focused. We need to get AJ to see if AJ's on there. I don't know if he's played Cyberpunk. I think AJ might have played Cyberpunk. But yeah, we digress. Back onto cars, not games. Um, so with this electric news, I think it is time that we introduce your pet project, which is the
Pet
mid-pack
project.
wall of electric doom.
Yeah, a pet project that I've spent probably 3 minutes on. So anyway, yeah. So basically, like throughout these few weeks we've been doing this podcast, every so often there pops in a news article that says so and so car brand is going to go all electric by X year, and just thought it'd be cool to kind of keep a record of them, and just kind of add to it as and when these articles come in. Came up with a very snazzy title, as you can see. I also think the title is tongue in cheek. However, I do think there is a bit of truth in it, in the sense that a lot of people are now talking about these years being what's so-called peak petrol. The kind of a feeling that cars um, nowadays that are basically are the best that petrol cars will ever be, and then they'll just gradually be more, well, become more and more electrified, or just become electric overall completely. So yeah, that's why this is created. So I
Yeah,
think
sorry to interrupt. Yoshi has stated that we should call it the roadmap to electric doom.
yeah,
Very good. I like that.
no earlier than 2044 we'll we'll go all electric. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think you can't talk electric cars without talking about Tesla. So put Tesla on.
Now let's see if this works. Seeing that you're controlling this, let's see if you actually.
It doesn't seem to be working. I've moved it on for a few seconds now.
Oh no, what's going
Oh
on?
no.
There we go. Okay, try now. I think that's interesting. Okay, I can see Tesla up now.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So Tesla, I think, was founded in 2003. So as an all electric car brand to start with. So there you go. I can't remember who I put next.
I think Ford were Ford next or GMC.
I guess it doesn't really matter. I can't actually remember. This is good preparation from you.
Me. Okay, let me look it up.
Okay, yeah. So GMC by 2035, which is kind of interesting because if you think GMC, you probably are thinking um, like massive gas guzzling V8s
Yep,
made in America.
exactly. Big American muscle. That's what I'm thinking when I hear GMC.
So it's a bit of a weird kind of pivot. Definitely not expected. Do they even make any electric cars now?
I don't think
Is
they
also a
do. Like,
question.
as far as I'm aware, GMC do not make any fully electric cars. I think they might make a hybrid, which was like a Prius. I think they made a Prius competitor, which didn't sell that very well.
Wait, hold on. Is Chevrolet GMC?
Good question.
I always get confused. They've got an electric car called the Bolt. So if that is them, then yes.
Yeah, Chery is
It is.
a division of GMC.
Okay, fine. So they do make one electric car. um, I think they've also recently announced they're going to make an electric version of the Hummer. So the Hummer being
That goes
kind of,
against all American redneck. I'm
yeah,
generalizing
it
here.
goes against all things American. Yeah. So for those not in the know, the Hummer was basically like they made these massive utilitarian jeeps for the American military. Then they decided, hey, what would be good as a normal passenger car? Exactly that thing, but with like lights and indicators and windscreen wipers and things. So it was basically the most ridiculous on-road vehicle you could ever think of.
Yeah,
Um,
it's dumb. It's why you know. I think I did see one Hummer here in the UK once. It was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen. It's just
I don't think I've actually seen one of the originals. I've seen, so I think they made like the H2 and the
yeah,
H3.
H2. Yeah,
Yeah, and like one of them was like a mini version. And I saw one of those in the UK, and it was already like massive. I don't think I've seen kind of the proper Hummer, as it were, the full fat one.
right. So I think Ford were
So
next. So where
Ford
were
are
Ford?
next. Ford, another big, surprising kind of American company. They are actually 2030, a bit earlier. I don't really know where exactly.
I think 2030 is a bit back, further to the right, I believe, on this
Yeah, true.
scale.
Actually, it should be here, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think there's about right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So another surprise, I guess, because you think Ford, being very, very invested in petrol cars, not that much seen in terms of electric cars. I think the only one that's made big waves is the Mustang Mach E, which has been quite controversial in the sense that they've reused the Mustang name to create not only an electric vehicle but also one that looks like an SUV. It's quite like tall and bulky.
Yeah, we actually haven't. I don't think we've covered the Mustang Mach-E yet.
I don't think we have.
Oh,
Like,
we
I think we wanted to maybe in our line of SUV bashing, but we didn't quite get there.
didn't get around to it. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe that's one for another episode.
next episode. Well, next time we bring up the Wall of Doom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we've got Jaguar by 2025. So
Yep.
I guess the interesting thing about Jaguar is they're basically quite a small company now. I think they sit like alongside Land Rover. Um, so it basically to me feels a bit like I've got this small division, don't really know what to do with it. Electric vehicles seem to be next new thing, so let's just pivot that into electric vehicles.
Hmm.
Um,
I can't
which kind
remember
of
now.
makes sense.
Sorry, I was just going to say when you are Jaguar and Land Rover owned by the same parent company now because they were for quite a while. Are they still? Is that still the case, or no long? Is that no longer the case?
I believe so. I still believe they're Jaguar and Land Rover, unless very recently they've been split up again. Yeah.
Cool.
So Jaguar being a traditionally more kind of sports car orientated brand, I don't know what they're going to do with that. Possibly they're going to make um, more sports car electric cars, but who knows? We'll wait and see.
You say that, but I mean they Jaguar are kind of the non-sports cars they make, like the XJ. They did. I mean that's the XJ XF. I mean the XF was kind of sporty, but I'd still class that more as a family car. XJ definitely is not a sports car, and that's one of their. It's to the XJ is to Jaguar what the S Class is to Mercedes. Obviously, the XJ is nowhere near as good as an S Class, but it's still had some prestige, having an XJ Jag. So maybe that would be a cool. I don't know if they do that. If they do a electric XJ, that would be something.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I suppose that. Yeah, they didn't do exactly like they didn't stick to one genre. They did all of them.
All right, and I think that is what we have now for the Wall team. I think next we do need to once Kia announce when they plan to go for the electric, we will add them onto the wall, and MG when they've announced when they go for the electric. Right, actually, we have a bit of time left. I think we should do a. Oh, why is this being odd? OBS is playing up for me. There we go. We should do something that we've been meaning to do in the last few minutes, which is do one of these autocar quizzes. Where am I going for?
Yeah, so I feel like it's kind of like a time for me and Yuji to put our kind of car knowledge on the line because I guess we've kind of hinted that we're quite knowledgeable on cars, but now it's actually
time to put
to
it to
find
the
out
test.
exactly to find out if that's true or not, and whether we know what we're talking about all of these episodes.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with the easy quiz to see. So the first one is this. So this is multiple choice. But we're going to try and do it. We'll make it even harder for ourselves by doing it without multiple choice. This is actually quite a hard one for the first one. The side profile
Yeah,
is.
it's definitely an Infinity Q something. I don't know what the number is, but I'm gonna guess
I think
35.
I think it's the 50. I think it's the Infinity Q50. I'm assuming clicking right will tell us what the answer is. No. Actually, where do we find the answer to these?
Oh, okay. Well, let's just look at the multiple choice then.
Okay, so the multiple choice was
So,
Kia Stinger, Renault Talisman, or Infiniti Q70. Okay, so it's the Q70.
70.
Right.
I don't know the numbers well enough then.
Don't know the numbers, I guess. Yeah. Right, next up we have this. So, one of the maker's best looking cars, but can you put a name to the face?
Absolutely. Are you sure this is the easy one?
Wow.
What the hell is that?
That's what it said. What it said is easy. I think this is a Datsun.
No. Can't be, can it? Are you thinking of the 240?
I'm thinking of the 240, yeah, but I don't think it is.
That's not a 240, no.
Hold on,
one of their maker's best looking cars. Probably one of the small ones. It has to be because I don't think any of the big manufacturers.
Let me figure out where the answers for this. I'm not sure actually. Where the hell are the answers? Okay, never mind.
I'll take a guess.
I'll take. Could be a Triumph of some kind.
I think Triumphs though I've had good looking cars. The way that they're phrasing that makes me think that like this is the only good one they make. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well.
I'm gonna guess Morgan, but
I don't think that's a Morgan. But we'll see.
No, the Morgan has that
exactly, has the cross-eyed face and the mad grill.
I'm hoping they make another one.
Alright, next. It wouldn't be better than the original, but still made an impression. What is this? I think this is the Phaeton. Oh no, this is the Beetle. This is the Beetle.
That's the new Beetle.
It's the Beetle.
That's
yeah.
the new.
It's the new Beetle, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, which Ferrari is this? I think this is. Okay, so for me, without looking at the question, this is to me either the 458 or Stradale or it's a 488 special.
It's the 458, I think, because I think the special ones. I think the 488 has like an air intake on the side, just above, like between the rear wheel and the
Yeah, yeah.
cockpit. Yeah, so this should be a 458.
Okay, so it says Spider Special Challenge. There are no shortage of variants, but what was the original?
Just 458.
Yeah, four, was it called the 458 Challenge or?
No, I think it was just the original was the
Oh, I thought
458,
the
and then
original
there
was the
was.
458 Italia, wasn't it? It's called the 458 Italia
Oh,
originally.
okay, yeah, sure.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's what they're going for.
maybe that's what they mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has that weird name at the end
Yeah.
for random reason.
Okay, so this is a Vauxhall thing.
What the hell is that? I've never seen one of those in real life.
It
What?
looks like Sean Astin is driving the car. Samwise from Lord of the Rings. Hard to believe this compact car is capable of action shots like this.
It's true. He's got a tiny, tiny amount of oversteer on that, which is brave.
I
Um,
think it's
Tiny.
the only Vauxhall I can think of is the Astra, but this is not an Astra.
No, it's too small to be an Astra, and it's not a Corsa.
No, it's not a Corsa. But it could be is it a newer model of a Corsa?
Like a tall one. Yeah, I don't know.
Alright, skip.
They used to have one. They used to have one called the Mariva, so I'm just gonna guess that's the new
Let's
Mariva.
go with that.
Yeah.
Keen drivers would say otherwise. Not as endearing as its closest rivals.
That's Toyota MR2.
Yep. Yep, actually, yeah, that's great. Yes, exactly. This is a noble. Special manufacturer doesn't hail from a supercar
No.
manufacturer doesn't hail from
It's
Italy.
not. It's
Oh, is
something
it
like the
the Zenevo?
Zenvo.
Yeah, the
Zenvo
Zenova.
something.
The Zen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The lights give it away. It's the Zenevo. How do you is that Zenevo or Zenovo?
I thought it was just Zenvo, but I'm not
Zenvo.
sure now.
Okay.
It's weird. I don't know what the model's called.
Yeah.
They only make that one though, I think.
Yeah, they made
Something
that
like the.
one. It famously caught fire in a Top Gear episode, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, Exige, Elise, which one do we think this is?
Oh my god. Surely that's.
I think this is the Exige. It says sports car, so it must be Elise then.
I
Well,
just guess it's. Yeah, I'm just gonna guess it's the simple one because the steering wheel doesn't look particularly racy, so I'm gonna say Elise.
yeah, I think Elise is what this is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Definitely one of those, yeah.
Which MX-5 is it?
Oh god. So there's so many of them.
I think this is
B or
So-
NA?
What did you
The
say?
NA MX5? I think it's the NA MX5, right? Or is it the
it's-
NB?
I was going to say B, but A could be. I think it's A or B, but it could probably give you the years. I think it's. Wait, so this looks a bit like Kimi Räikkönen driving it, but don't think Kimi would drive in it. I mean, well, actually, who knows what Kimi drives? I think A is probably right. Oh, this is the TVR Cigaris. With these cutouts.
Cigaris.
I
No,
think
the
it's
thing
a
is they
cigar.
had lots of them like that though.
Ah,
The Griffith, I think, had weird ones as well, and I think the Cigaris was the one that was actually like instead of just having like what looks like dimples here, it had like actual like things coming out of it, vents. Maybe
it's
Dunno.
definitely a TVR.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm still sticking with Cigaris. I think it's the Cigaris.
I want to say it's one of the others, but I don't know them well enough.
I think actually looking forwards, I can see it looks like the answers are in the very end of the gallery.
Ah,
So
okay.
we'll
Nice. Okay,
find
yeah.
out at the end.
Um, one that begins with C.
Oh, it's the Capri.
Capri.
Oh, or Cortina. For it's Cort. It's either
No,
Capri or
I think
Cortina.
the Cortina was bigger. I think this looks quite compact.
Then I would
Only
say
a
it's the
two door.
Capri.
No, it can't be the Capri. Okay, you can guess
Okay,
Capri.
I'll guess Capri on this.
Don't think it's a Capri. I think it's more likely to be an Escort than a Capri.
Hmm. Well, I'll find out next.
Yeah, yeah. I'll say Escort.
CX-75. We literally just talked about this. Well,
Nice.
yeah, we've got one.
Yeah.
Details of
This easy
oh,
quiz.
which Porsche is this? 928, 94, 944. I think this is the 944.
I don't know. I don't know the non 911 shaped Porsches. I'm gonna guess 928.
Okay.
I
Cool.
don't know. I don't know.
Oh, this is which McLaren is this? This is the is it the 600 LT this one? Or is this the 570 model?
It must be the tiny one. It must be the baby one. So the
Yeah. So
570.
the 570. So the 600 LT was the LT version of the 570 model. It's definitely the 570 model,
Oh,
but is it
okay.
the 600 LT, or is it just the 570? I'm gonna guess actually it is the 600 LT based on the number plate.
Oh, yeah, true. Doesn't look very long tailed, but they started using that for just
they use that long tail
yeah.
nomenclature for their like faster versions kind of thing.
Yeah, let's go for it. The top
Yeah.
of the range, small baby
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Oh, which beam is this? Is this an 8 series or 6 series? Not 6 series. This could even be. I think this is an 8 or 4.
It's not a 4, I don't think. Is there an 8 series?
I'm pretty sure there is.
Convertible. There's definitely 6 series convertible. Is there an 8 series convertible? That looks like a convertible to me. So
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It seems like you can see the trees here, so
I'm gonna go 6 series convertible.
I'll go 8, but I'm not confident on that one at all.
Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah.
Right, so Infiniti Q70 Marcos. I have never heard of Marcos.
Oh damn, it was the 8 series.
It was 8 series, nice. Beetle, we got that right. So yeah, 458 Italia, Vauxhall Viva. I do recall that now. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that though. So we got 1, 2, 3. With 3 for 5. Toyota MR2, we got that right. I think Zenvo is probably how you pronounce it. So we got that right. Oh, it was the Exige. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
It looks boring on the inside.
It does look boring on the inside, doesn't it? Got that one wrong. Okay.
Oh, they don't even give enough detail on the MX-5.
Yeah. So they went from Mark 1. Okay, we're giving ourselves that. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Okay, it was the Cigaris.
It was the Cigaris.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I got that one.
I didn't think that one looked like that, but all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, it was the Escort. You got that one.
Yeah.
CX-75, we both got that easy. It was the 924. I got it right. Oh no, I put it up. Did I say 924 or 944?
I can't remember, but I definitely picked 8, so yeah. I got it wrong.
I'm going to give myself that because I think I got it right. Need to replay it, watch the tape. 600 LT, we both got that. The nameplate kind of gave it away. And it was the 8. Is 8 series? Well, it's an M8. I'm not sure I can give myself that. I said 8 series.
I would give it to you.
I'll give it to myself. Yeah.
Depends on the phrasing of the question,
well,
though.
These two combined, the Porsche and the BMW, I'll give myself that.
Half marks for each.
Right, so how did totaling up? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 out of 15. And how did you do? You got the Infinity, Beetle, Italia, MRT. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right?
Probably, yeah. I feel like I did worse than you, so that makes sense.
That's not.
Ah,
Considering this was easy, I'm like, God,
the
that's.
TVR, I'm really annoyed. I'm confusing it with some other one. I need to look up the one that I'm thinking of that I thought was the Cigaris.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, that's pretty fun. That's a good look at I'm worried about what is considered hard. Like,
yeah, I think we have to give it a go now at some
yeah,
point in the future. But
see how badly we
God, that
do.
was easy. That's
I mean, some of them
I mean,
were easy, like the Jaguar. That's so obvious. The Jaguar, the McLaren, the Ferrari, the MR2, the Zenvo were definitely
yeah. To
easy.
be fair, I thought it would be a bit more like I thought it'd be a bit more like that MR2 picture where it's like an obscure bit of a relatively well-known car, rather than here's some really weird cars like the Marcos.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, anyway,
And anyway, and with that, we've actually, as always, we've run over our 30-minute mark. But hey, it's fun. One day we'll actually hit in that mark of 30 minutes. But today is not that day. As Aragon would say. But right, um, I think we won't have time to do our movie fights for once. So tune in next time for when we get back to our movie fights. And finally, anything you want to plug before we say our goodbyes today, Red?
good.
Sweet. Okay. Right. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the EMG Clan on YouTube. Follow me at UG's here if you're not already followed, so you can get updates on when we do our podcast. Follow Ancient Jedi 1 and Dark Lord Samadel for Pokemon goodness in the UGA Draft League. Sam's doing quite well in his thing. I think he's up to 6th. And with that, thank you all for watching. See you all next week. UG is no longer here.